Hi, this is Kevin Williams with Ag Ingenuity. Our team would like to take a moment to express the must-dos to the iPad before planting this season. These are crucial steps that we must take before we get ready to head through the field. So first of all, we want to talk about the operating system in the Apple. The iOS update must be done. It will be in the gear symbol. What I must suggest that before you update that you must connect to Wi-Fi and you need to be hooked to your charger. This update could take several hours, even more if you're more than one update behind. So let's just walk through how you would do that on the iPad. You would touch the gear. You would look at general, which is the same gear, then in software update. If your iPad is up to date, it will say 13.4 and it will say it's up to date. If not, it will ask you to update and you will just follow the instructions. And then, like I say, make sure you're hooked to Wi-Fi because it will take a long time. You also need to have your Apple ID handy. It may ask you for your Apple ID. If you do not know your Apple ID, the only way to retrieve it is from the store that you bought the iPad from. So this is pertinent to know that we have this information before we begin the update. So once the operating system is updated, the next thing we want to check is our Y app called FieldView Cab. FieldView Cab is the app that we use during planting. We call it the Y app. It will open up into the screen. Once you open up your screen, you want to look into the help button, touch the help, and in the left-hand column, version info, and it needs to be version 9.0.0. If not, you need to go to the App Store and update the FieldView Cab app. Our next app that we will go to is our Climate FieldView app. It is the black app. This app is for all scouting, rainfall notifications, health imagery, anything that is sorts like that. It is the orange and black app. So once we want to check to see what build version that we have of that, looked over into the settings of that app and you'll see build version. It should be 6.8.1. If not, we need to update that app as well. Once you've done that, you are all set up and ready to go to the field with your FieldView apps. I stress though that this is not just for the iPad on the planter. This is for any iPad in the operation. So need to make sure that we get this done as soon as possible. And I can't stress enough, if your iPad is incapable of taking the new software update and it's more than 5 years old, that iPad needs to be replaced. A lot of changes in FieldView and the operating system are in the newer versions, and if the old iPad will not update, it is time to exchange it for a newer iPad. So the next thing we want to talk about right quickly is Gen 3 related only, and only to last year's customers who ran the Gen 3 with FieldView. So what we want to do, if you want to export your fields, they are on the cloud, but if you need a hard copy, what we suggest is you hit setup and you will need a USB. You will go to data, then it export in the top right hand corner, and then what we will want to export is the field map data. All the fields will pop up. You can just select all the fields and it will check them all and then transfer to USB. Of course, I do not have a USB, so it won't. And you will be set. Once that's done, we want to go back home, back to setup, hit into data again. This time we're going to delete, and we're going to delete field map data. And again, we can just touch all fields and then delete all field map data. The last step that Precision has asked us to take is to again go into diagnose and look for FVM, which is FieldView module. Touch that, and off to the left hand side under data, delete FVM SD card data. We'll touch that and delete that, and then the Gen 3 is prepared to hook up to the iPad. So please do not hook up to the iPad until you've completed these 3 steps in the Gen 3 only. So guys, I hope you get a little help out of this training. We will be dropping more videos. The next video that we will release will be on climate.com. Will help us in building and repairing all of our maps that we have issues with. In the meantime, if you need any help with your mapping and any issues like that, you can give Chris Kelp or myself a call, and we'd be happy to help you. This season, I can't stress enough how important it is to hook up to the planter a little bit early. With all the situations going on in our country, parts can be an issue and freight can be an issue, so can't stress enough that we hook up just a tad earlier. And right now, you see our Ag Ingenuity hotline number. So if you need any service with your planter at all, please feel free. Please call this number. You will get all 5 of our texts. And if you don't get someone that answers the call, you can leave a voicemail and it will text the message to us. So this is a way for us to provide superior service, and that's our goal each season. So let's have a safe and bountiful planting season this year, and good luck.